5, welcome to Wednesday's Wonder Lesson. Today we are going to be doing some art and we are going to be combining our learning from our English with our Alice in Wonderland text with our art learning as well. Okay, now we've got a really exciting art topic for you this term because we are going to be revisiting surrealism. Now, I don't know if you will have already kind of picked up on this idea already, okay, but Alice in Wonderland really lends itself to surrealism because as a text it is very surreal. Okay, it's very dreamlike. There's lots of wacky things that are going on. So by the end of the half term, we're going to have created something inspired by Alice in Wonderland that is made in a surrealist style. But you're going to be learning a little bit more about that. Today we are going to be using our prediction skills and combining our learning from English so far this week and our art learning. So we're going to predict what Wonderland will look like, how by reading and researching, and why so we can create a surrealist scene. Okay, so just to get us started then, and we've done this lots and lots in autumn too. So what is surrealism? It's a style of art, I know that, but what is it? See if you can tell me. If you want to talk to someone at home, you can, or if you've not got anyone at home, you can say it in your mind. Okay, so what is surrealism? Okay, hopefully, in fact, I believe I made a mistake. I think that should have a capital S because it is the name of an art movement. Okay, so silly me. Perfect. So surrealism is art conceived from thoughts or dreams. Okay, so it's often art that has kind of been, it looks very wacky and very strange. It's very different to reality. Okay, it's something that we wouldn't see in reality. Okay, and quite often it was inspired by dreams. So if you've had a really super kind of weird dream where you've woken up and thought, what was that all that about? Okay, you can maybe imagine that that might be turned into a surrealist piece of art. So it's very different from real life and kind of a bit strange and a bit wacky. So here then is just a couple of examples. Now we've already looked at this example here with this eye, and within the eye we can see the sky. I wonder if you can remember who created this piece of art here. Can you remember? Okay, this one was created by René Magritte, and we also kind of recreated this piece of art as well, didn't we? I've also got a few more examples here, just showing you some examples of surrealism. This piece of art was created by someone called Salvador Dali. Now we're going to be learning lots more about him this half term. And this one here, I believe, is also Salvador Dali. And we can see that we've kind of got this sunflower. This hand is coming out of the sand, which is a bit strange. And it's holding this sunflower that almost has like a coiled wire attached to it. So we're not sure what's going on here. It's all very surreal. It's very different to what we would see in real life. Okay. Today, we're going to focus on surrealism, but we're going to look at landscape art. And all landscape art really means is we're kind of drawing kind of what we can see, focusing on like the scenery. So for example, the sky, the ground, the mountains, the trees, the sea maybe if you're in the sea. And we can see here a few examples, again by Salvador Dali, of landscape art. So we can see kind of the whole scenery. We can see kind of all of those natural features as well, linking to our geography that's going on in our scene. So this one here, we can see we've got kind of the scenery, this kind of, it looks like a park almost. We can see the path going through it. We can see the mountains in the distance, the sky, the fountain, and then these trees are shaped like heads. Okay, so that's kind of the surrealist aspect in this picture. Here again, we've got another landscape. This time we've got a beach, so we can see the sand, the cliff, the sky, the sea, and we can see these kind of strange clocks, and the clocks kind of look a bit weird because they kind of look like they're a bit floppy and a bit kind of like, I don't really know. Yeah, they just look a bit floppy and like they don't have any kind of structure to them, almost like they're like laid over the branch here. Okay, so again, we can see this is landscape art. My turn, landscape, your turn, landscape. Okay, it's focusing on the scenery and what we can see in front of us. Perfect. So today then, we're going to have a go at creating a surrealist landscape of Wonderland. So we're going to draw a picture of what we think Wonderland would look like. However, we're not going to do that just kind of making, just kind of from our minds. Okay, we might use some of our own imagination, but we're going to be using our magnifier and we're going to be using our predictor magnifier. So we're going to think about what we already know so far and how that might kind of tell us about what Wonderland is like. And in order to get us kind of thinking about what this would look like from Alice's perspective, we're going to watch a little bit of a video to see Alice just before she enters Wonderland. So let me just make sure that I'm sharing my sound as well, because otherwise you won't be able to hear it. Share sound. Okay, so we're just going to watch a little bit so we can really imagine what Alice might be about to see.
You've brought the wrong Alice.
She's the right one. I'm certain of it.
Okay, so just rewinding your memory. Okay, this was the part of our book where Alice has a little potion and a little cake. Okay, it makes her grow and it makes her shrink as well. So hopefully she's going to be able to work out how to get out into Wonderland.
She's the wrong Alice.
Give her a chance.
Okay, so we're going to pause it there and we can see Alice has now entered, she's left the hall and she's now just about to see, or she's just seeing what Wonderland looks like. So we're going to try and get a little bit inside Alice's head, okay, and have a think about what Wonderland might look like. So let's just go back to our slides. Okay, so we're getting in Alice's head now, okay, but we need to make sure that we're justifying our predictions. Okay, so when you're thinking about what Wonderland is going to look like, okay, think about what you have seen already and how that might kind of impact what you think. Okay, so I think Wonderland will look or have, or I think Wonderland will something because, okay, because is that really important word, because when you do your reading and when you do your writing, you have to justify why you have come to that conclusion. Okay, so I think Wonderland will because, okay, so we're kind of using what we've already kind of read about in our book to justify our prediction. So I'll show you just a couple of examples. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so for example, I've said I think Wonderland will be magical because Alice drinks magical potions. Okay, now you might say this for a different reason. There's lots and lots of reasons why we might think Wonderland might be magical. Maybe because she fell down this hole all the way and she was completely unharmed. There must be some kind of magic involved. Okay, maybe it's something that Alice might have seen in the tunnel as she fell. Okay, that might kind of give us some evidence to make a prediction. I also predicted that I think we might have animals that are human-like. Okay, and what I mean by that is animals that kind of are different to normal animals. Maybe they can speak, maybe they wear clothes, okay, maybe they live in houses. Okay, so I've written, I think Wonderland will have animals that are human-like because Alice sees the rabbit wearing a waistcoat. Okay, so I'm making those predictions. What I want you to have a go at doing now then is I want you to come up with 2 of your own predictions. Now, if you want to kind of use my prediction but use some slightly different evidence, that's okay. But ideally, I want you to really be thinking about what do you think is Wonderland is going to look like? What evidence have you already seen which is going to kind of impact your prediction? Okay, so what you're going to do then is you're going to draw a little mind map like this, or you can just write it down as a list. It's up to you. Thinking about what you've seen already, and then making sure you're using that word because. I think that Wonderland will be magic because, okay? Make sure you're justifying your reasons. Okay, so have a go, see if you can come up with 2 of your own predictions, and then we're going to get on to a little bit of drawing to make our predictions come to life. Okay, wonderful. Right, hopefully then you have now kind of got your own predictions about what Wonderland is like. Okay, and you've used evidence from the book, from what we've read already and what we've watched already to come to those conclusions. So what we're going to have a go at doing now then is we're going to have a go at drawing our own Wonderland landscape. I'm just going to pause so I can turn my camera around and show you mine to give you some ideas. Wonderful. So now I've got my paper all set up then. I've got my sharp pencil in my hand to make sure that my drawing is nice and neat and it's not all smudgy using a blunt pencil. Okay, and I'm thinking about how I'm going to lay out my landscape. Now we're remembering that in our landscape, we're going to kind of see like the scenery around. So we're going to see the sky, we're going to see maybe some hills, maybe some trees. Okay, so thinking about what might be in your scene. Now I'm going to start by kind of drawing where my land meets my sky, and that way I've got kind of a start point. So I'm going to draw some rolling hills. I might draw a hill kind of in the foreground here. Okay, I might even have one kind of in the background, which might have something on top of it maybe. Okay, so I've got kind of like my hills going on now. So I've got my sky and then I've got my land. Now I want to start thinking about what's going to be kind of in my scene. Okay, how am I going to make it surreal? So going back to this idea that it's going to be quite magical, okay, and things might be a bit upside down and a bit kind of twisted in this world, okay, maybe even though it's daytime, I might have to start by having a moon in the sky. Okay, so I'm saying to my kind of, not my reader, but my viewer already, this world is a little bit different to the one that we're used to. I might kind of draw a path here, which kind of shows that we're leading to something. Over up into the hills. I might even continue it on the other hills as well. Maybe I could draw something on top of my hill up here. Okay, now I'm thinking about kind of things that are upside down, things are the wrong way round, things are a bit magical and a bit strange. Maybe my trees in my kind of magical land, maybe they're upside down. So maybe I might start drawing my trees and they might have their roots sticking up in the air. Okay, so just thinking about kind of how is this world different to our world? How can we show that it's a bit strange? Okay, so I've got my upside down trees there because I'm thinking, well, I saw Alice come out of the rabbit hole and I saw that she got stuck upside down at one point. So I'm going to draw my trees lining my path. Okay, and then thinking about what else could be a bit different in our world. Well, I know that I had my rabbit with my with his waistcoat and his stopwatch. So that suggests to me that maybe the animals in this world are a little bit different. So maybe I could draw an animal that reflects this. So I'm thinking, I'm not going to draw the rabbit because I already know about the rabbit. What else can I draw? Well, I could draw another animal. Maybe I want to draw some animals doing something that's a bit human. So I'm going to draw some little stools for my animals to sit on. And I want them to kind of be sitting like they're human. So what animal should I go for? Let's go for a cat. Okay, I'm going to go for my cat and I'm going to put him on my stool. Okay, remember, don't worry if you are not the best at drawing. Okay, just have a go and use your imagination. I am not the best drawer. I'm having a go. Okay, and here we can see I've got my little cat. I mean, at the minute it looks like a human, but I'm going to make him look like a cat. I'm going to add his paws. Okay, and you can see he's kind of sitting like a human, okay, because I think in this world, the animals might be slightly different. Draw his ears, his nose, his whiskers, okay, and then how else I can make him different, okay, maybe he might be wearing a little bow tie, okay, he might be a bit dressed up, a bit like the rabbit was in his waistcoat, okay. thinking about, you could also maybe add a different animal that's kind of come into life. Okay, I'm starting to set my scene. You can be as wacky as you like. Okay, just thinking about kind of what you already know about the book, and then have a go at kind of using your imagination to come up with your scene. If you've finished and then you then want to colour, you also can, that's absolutely fine. Maybe the grass is a different colour in your world, or maybe even the sky is a different colour in your world. Okay, so it's up to you to be as creative as you would like. But just remember, we are focusing on this landscape, so you need to draw a scene that kind of shows the scenery, shows the sky, and shows the land.